Hello and welcome to our channel where we share life's golden nuggets of wisdom. Today we're tackling a sensitive yet crucial topic: 4 major things you should never tell a woman. We'll be navigating through the realms of finance, past relationships, work positions, and personal weaknesses. And remember, the last point is particularly significant, so make sure you stick around until the end. Remember, these are not just rules but guidelines to help foster healthier relationships. So let's dive right in. The first point we delve into is your financial status. Now, we all know that money makes the world go round, right? It's a universal truth as old as time itself. But when it comes to relationships, the rules of the game can change a little. You see, folks, there's a fine line between being honest about your financial status and oversharing. The latter can lead to a host of potential problems. Let's unpack a few of them. Firstly, prematurely divulging your earnings can create unrealistic expectations. If you're flaunting a 6-figure salary on the first date, you're setting a precedent. Expectations for lavish gifts, extravagant dates, and high-end living can be set in stone from the get-go. And if your financial situation changes, it can lead to disappointment or conflict. Next, oversharing about your wealth can also attract the wrong kind of attention. Let's be real, not everyone has the purest of intentions. Some people are more interested in your wallet than your heart. By keeping your financial cards close to your chest, you can ensure that you're being loved for who you are, not what you can provide. Lastly, talking too much about money can send the wrong message about your values. It can make you seem materialistic, even if that's far from the truth. Remember, you want to be valued for your character, your kindness, your sense of humor, not just your financial prowess. So, what's the takeaway here? It's not about hiding your financial status or lying about it, it's about striking a balance. Be honest, but also be discreet. Remember, a relationship is a partnership, and it should be based on mutual respect and understanding, not just dollar signs. And that wraps up our first point. Money talks, but sometimes it's better to keep it silent. Moving on to the second point, discussing your past relationships. Now, we all have a history. It's part of what makes us who we are today. But when it comes to sharing details about past relationships, it's crucial to tread carefully. You see, when we delve into the stories of our exes, it's like opening Pandora's box. We might think we're just being open or honest, but there are some potential pitfalls that can lead us into tricky territory. Firstly, it's about respect. Every relationship we've had is a chapter in our lives, but it's also a chapter in someone else's. Sharing intimate details about a past partner not only breaches their privacy, but also can lead to a breach of trust with your current partner. Secondly, it's about comparison. Whether we mean to or not, sharing too much about past relationships can create a sense of comparison. It might be subconscious, but it's there. Your current partner may start to compare themselves to your exes, questioning whether they measure up or if they're just another name on the list. And that's not a healthy place for any relationship to be. Lastly, it's about focus. By dwelling on the past, we risk losing sight of the present. Every moment spent discussing an ex is a moment not spent building your current relationship. It's important to remember that your past relationships ended for a reason. They were stepping stones on your journey to where you are now. So instead of opening up that Pandora's box, try focusing on the here and now. Share your experiences, your lessons, your growth, but do it in a way that respects your past, your present, and your future. So remember, the past is the past for a reason. Let's keep it there. Our third point revolves around discussing your position at work. Let's delve into this topic. We're not saying you should keep your job a secret. Of course not. It's natural to talk about what we do for a living. But the key lies in how much you reveal about your position and the way you present it. Imagine this. You have a high-ranking job, maybe you're an executive, a manager, or perhaps you're the CEO. That's fantastic, and you should be proud of your achievements. However, if the first thing you do when meeting a woman is to flaunt your job title, it sends a message that you might be using your position to impress, or even worse, intimidate. On the flip side, let's say you're not in a high-ranking position or you're unsatisfied with your current job. It's equally important not to undersell yourself or belittle your work. Every job has its value, and every step in your career journey contributes to your growth. Balance is crucial here. You want to share your career details, but without the braggadocio. Show passion for what you do, regardless of your title. Impress with your dedication, your work ethic, your zest for learning and improving. These qualities speak volumes more than any job title ever could. Also, remember that your job does not define you. You're not just a job title. You're a person with various skills, interests, and experiences. Your worth is not determined by your position at work. It's determined by your character, your values, your actions. Finally, it's important to keep in mind that while your job is a part of your life, it's not your entire life. Don't let it monopolize the conversation. Show interest in her life, her work, her passions. After all, a conversation is a two-way street. In conclusion, when discussing your job with a woman, strive for balance. Share but don't boast. Be proud but remain humble. And most importantly, remember that you are much more than your job. Remember, your worth is not defined by your job title. Finally, the fourth and most important point, discussing your personal weaknesses. Now, we all have them. Personal weaknesses, those little chinks in our armor that make us human. But when it comes to sharing these with others, particularly with women, it's important to tread carefully. You see, revealing your personal weaknesses can sometimes be seen as a sign of vulnerability. And while vulnerability can be a strength in certain contexts, it's not always appreciated in every situation. It's about balance, really. You don't want to come across as a fortress that no one can penetrate. But you also don't want to be an open book that reveals all its secrets at once. But why is that? Why does revealing too much about our personal weaknesses have potential negative effects? Well, it's quite simple. When you share your weaknesses, you're essentially handing over a part of your power. You're giving someone else the ability to potentially exploit those weaknesses. And that's not a comfortable position to be in. Furthermore, discussing your personal weaknesses could potentially impact the way you are perceived. Confidence is attractive, no doubt about that. And being overly open about your weaknesses could potentially undermine that confidence. You might be seen as less capable, less reliable, or even less desirable. But does this mean that you should never discuss your personal weaknesses? Not at all. It's not about hiding who you are. It's about understanding the right time and the right place to share these aspects of yourself. It's about maintaining an element of mystery, about leaving something to be discovered. Remember, self-confidence isn't about pretending to be perfect. It's about recognizing your weaknesses, working on them, and not letting them define you. So, be confident, be real, but also be a little mysterious. After all, we are all human and a little mystery never hurt anyone. And there we have it, the 4 major things you should never tell a woman. We've journeyed through the delicate terrain of financial status, reminding us that sometimes less is more when it comes to discussing what's in our wallets. Remember, your worth is not defined by your income, but by your character. We then explored the murky waters of past relationships. A past relationship is just that, past. There's no need to share every detail, every partner, every encounter. Trust that your present actions will speak louder than your past. Navigating the professional sphere, we discussed the importance of not using your job position as a status symbol. Your title at work doesn't define you, your actions and your values do. Lastly, we delved into the sensitive subject of personal weaknesses. While honesty is admirable, there's a time and a place for everything. Revealing all your vulnerabilities might not always be in your best interest. In all these points, the key is discretion, respect, and self-confidence. It's not about hiding who you are, but about understanding what information is necessary and beneficial to share, and what might be better left unsaid. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these points. Do you agree? Disagree? Have something to add? Feel free to share in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Until next time, take care.